Hey everybody, this is Corbin from Tru-Security. This has been an exciting day, all right? Not like fun exciting, but just in the cybersecurity world, this has been a lot of fun. I just did a video a minute ago on how 500,000 pacemakers were successfully, a vulnerability was found within them. And in this vulnerability, it allows the attacker to change your heartbeat, speed it up, slow it down, or even just stop your heart completely. So pretty nasty stuff. Well, the other thing I want to talk about, and I'm really excited about this one because this is something that I'm going to actually get to deal with on my way into work right now. There was an email campaign. All right, now what do I mean by that? What is an email campaign? Essentially, all that means, it's a fancy way of saying somebody somewhere used a bunch of computers to send emails out to a ton of people. In this case, there was an individual or a group of individuals, you can't really be sure with this kind of stuff, and they used a bunch of computers, I think 133, rough, give or take, one or two, something like that, and they sent 23 million. That's a lot. They sent 23 million. Or no, it wasn't 133 computers, I'm sorry. There was computers that were assigned to 133 different countries. So yeah, that big difference there. So 23 million emails coming from 133 different countries containing Lukitus Ransomeware. Loki, sometimes it's pronounced Loki. No, we're not talking about Thor's brother or anything here. But why this is important. Okay, so anybody could have got this email. It may not have gone to your spam folder. Your antivirus may not even have detected it. So I'm here to inform you on what to look for. All right, the email comes and you're like, okay, how do I know which one of these emails is going to be the nasty one or the bad one that's got Loki, you know, Thor's brother in there? And well, the answer is you might not, but here's some tips for what to watch out for. Okay, so firstly, this email is going to be very vague. It's not going to have a whole lot of information, and it's really just going to try to trick you or try to con you into opening the attachment. It's a zip file, all right? So the subjects of this email could be something like, it's very vague, something like documents, or something like please print, or, you know, something, come on. People are just so slow down here. Something that seems very innocent, you know, it doesn't look, it's just, there's just a lack of information, really. There's no personal touch to it. There's no emotion with it. And it just is going to try to get you to click on that attachment and open it up. When you open that zip file, it's immediately going to run something called a Visual Basic Script, okay, VBS. And what this script does is it immediately executes on your computer, or it runs on your computer. It doesn't like execute your computer where there's, you know, it doesn't do that kind of stuff, right? It executes, it's run, the go button was hit, right? It reaches out to the bad website and then it downloads Loki, okay, Loki. But this new version is it's a Finnish word for locked. It's Lukitus. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I don't know. L-U-K-I-T-U-S. Lukitus, something like that, means locked. And when it gets onto your computer, you're done. Like, it runs, it encrypts everything. So, you know, why am I so excited about this? Well, so here's a little history on the Lukitus ransomware, okay? So Loki was a game changer when it came out, okay? Loki, first and foremost, when it came out, it was so much more advanced than any other piece of ransomware that we had seen up until that point. So what we were used to seeing is a piece of ransomware had come in, you know, and then it would do some internet traffic stuff, and basically, if you were paying attention or you had the right tools running, excuse me, you'd be able to capture the decryption key and then use that key and get all your files back. But with Locky was like, we ain't doing that. It never actually sent the decryption key for the master key across the internet to your home, to your router, or whatever. And it encrypted that initial traffic with something that's almost considered unbreakable right now. It encrypted it with an RSA 2048-bit encryption. Basically, what you need to know about that is that RSA is the encryption algorithm, 2048 is the number. The bigger the number, the better the encryption. Right now, your Wi-Fi is encrypted with a 256-bit. So this is effectively, oh gosh, I don't know, 8-9 times more effective than that. I can't do the math right off the top of my head. There's a little more to it, and we, you know, that's a more technical conversation as far as like encryption algorithms and that kind of jazz. But anyway, so Locky had a super strong encryption coming in, couldn't break it, couldn't find out what they were using to encrypt all of your files, and then instead of just using one key to encrypt your whole computer, it used thousands of keys. It used one key per file on your computer. So what does that mean, right? That means that if you cracked, or if you were successful enough to break the encryption level on one of your files, it means that that key that you just broke to get that one file back won't work for the other files. And that's what was so game-changing about it. That, and I forgot, here we go. Okay, so that was super important, right? It used one encryption key per file, really nasty stuff. Then it also had this feature, I guess you could call it. I don't want to like play this off as like a good thing, but it had this feature on it where it could look into your network, and it would start scanning your network in order to see if there was any types of file shares, or if there was any other computers or anything like that, and then it would jump to those, and then it would encrypt those. All right, so this is really bad stuff at this point. And you know, but the way that Locky was distributed when it first came out was very easy to detect, right? So there was a lot of internet stuff going on at that point in time, and you know, you could essentially just look for a specific type of internet traffic, and you could find that this was happening, and you could stop it. And antivirus was really effective at shutting this down. This time, however, because antivirus doesn't run until the files get onto your computer, this stuff comes into your email, your Yahoo, Gmail, AOL if you still use it, you know, Hotmail, whatever it is. And when you open this zip file, as soon as you open it, there's another zip file in there with a WBS script, or a VBS script, not W, Visual Basic. And that Visual Basic reaches out and it downloads Lukitus, this new version, Lukitus, to your machine, and you're done. It looks for other things on the network, and you know, it goes to those and it encrypts those as well. So you might be thinking, well, that's really bad, and you know, 23 million of these emails were sent, so effectively, you know, I mean, 23 million people got it, or at least 23 million email addresses received these. So okay, what do you do to protect yourself? All right, well, first and foremost, and I'll harp on this all day, there is no tool that can replace your brain at all. There is nothing that's been created that can replace the gray matter between your ears. So with that, if it looks funny and it smells funny, it's most likely gonna be funny. So when you get an email and it's just like, ah, this looks weird, just delete it. Unless you're expecting something from somebody, there's no reason that you should have gotten that email in the first place. Delete it. Done. Boom. You don't even have to mess with the rest. You can just stop the video now. Don't stop it. There's other things that, you know, you might want to know about. But no, that is probably the most effective way of doing this. Okay. All right, Corbin, what happens if I open the email and I double click the attachment and now I've got Locky on my computer? What do I do? All right. So there's a couple things that you're going to do, and I'm going to tell you what not to do. So the reason it's called ransomware is because it wants a ransom. It holds your computer, you know, for ransom, basically. It says, I've got all your stuff locked, pay me and I'll unlock it. And it's like, okay, well, you know, how much is it? You know, because if it's like 20 or 30 bucks, whatever, you know, not a big deal. I wish it was that, because they'd probably be a lot more successful if they did it that way. No, these bad guys that do this kind of stuff, they want to be paid in Bitcoins. And I'll eventually do a video on Bitcoins to explain to everybody, you know, what's a Bitcoin? How do you get them? You know, why are they so important? Why are they so valuable? Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, Bitcoins. Well, they're asking for half a Bitcoin. Doesn't sound like a lot, right? Not a big deal. Well, one Bitcoin right now, as of, you know, today, yesterday, is worth $4,600. Yeah, that's United States dollars. So they want half a Bitcoin, which $2,300 to unlock your computer. And it's like, holy cow, you know, that's a tremendous amount of money. That's a ton of money just to get my files back, you know? I was like, oh, okay, I don't want to spend $2,300. What do I do? All right. If your computer has a backup enabled, where it's backed itself up, right, and it's kept itself safe like once a month or whatever, you can just go ahead and restore from your last backup. That simple. It'll erase everything up until that last backup, and then you'll be good to go. All right. Okay, well, what if I don't have backups? That's it. You're done. You got to buy a new hard drive. You know. So, and then this comes into like a cost-benefit analysis, right? You know, if your computer's worth $2,500 and you don't want to buy, you know, a new computer, you know, some of you guys are probably thinking, well, you know, I'll just build my own computer or replace the hard drive. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. It's really not that hard. I can even show you a video on how to, laptops, desktops, whatever, right? This is simple stuff. Anybody should be able to do this, okay? It's literally like Legos. You know, we've come so far in technology, it's like Legos. Just plug and play. So, anyway, long story short. Okay, let's recap. Locky comes in. You see the email and you go, haha, not today, Locky, and you boop, delete it. You're safe. All right. You double click it. You run the Visual Basic script on this new Lukitus, right? Or Lukitus, whatever the Finnish word for locked is. And now it's encrypted your computer. That's bad. Pay them or go to your last backup. If you don't have a last backup, pay them, or you have to get a new hard drive, because everything on there is encrypted. So, you know, it's just a huge pain in the butt. Email is such an easy vector for these attackers to give you some nasty stuff, all right? Just use that gray matter between your ears. That's how you can keep yourself safe. That's how you can really, you know, you can mitigate this. And, you know, just use that gray matter, all right? Stay safe. Don't open emails up that you're not expecting. Let's say, I don't even know. And just don't open emails up that look fishy, all right? If it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, okay? This is not rocket science. These guys that are trying to get money from you, they are not rocket scientists. They are trying to go for the lowest common denominator and get money from whoever will give it to them, all right? Because it is always easier to steal $1 from 1,000,000 people than $1 million from one person, all right? So just keep that in mind. Lowest common denominator. All right, guys, I think I've beaten this dead horse enough. All right, this is Corbin from Tru-Security. All right, out here.